Yeah. And that's how it's going down. Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. It's the Daily Go Getimism show. I said it's the daily. It's the Daily Go Getimism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't win the quiz? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off the plane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We talking about why you had to stop talking to him tonight. The reason why you had to stop talking to him. You know, from the time you born, from the time that you start to talk, start to make friends, go to school, hang around with the neighborhood kids and all that kind of stuff, you form relationships. You start to learn how to trust people. Sometimes you trust the right ones, sometimes you trust the wrong ones. But there comes a time in everybody's lives when the communication between the two of y'all are really not going to be on point the way that you think it should be, or maybe the way that it should be. And during those times of disagreement, during those times of anger, during those times of dissension or whatever, it might be best for you to separate from somebody, and it might be best for you not to have open communication with somebody. In other words, y'all may not be on good speaking terms. Y'all may not be on good speaking terms, and it happens. But what happens when you stop speaking to somebody and somebody is trying to push you to start speaking to that person again? Now, you know, when you start, I don't know about y'all, but for a mature person, for a decent, friendly, rational, mature person, the decision to stop talking to somebody is not an easy one to make, and it's not one that people make just like that. Now, you know, you talking about social media, you talking about the internet, you talking about people who brag about being able to cut people off and stop talking to people and act like they forgot about people. You hear about that kind of stuff all the time. I gotta say to y'all that that's a lot of cap. That's a lot of cap. Whatever you think cap is, this is more than that. Because you can't control the way that somebody affects you. You may be able to control how you deal with somebody who has affected you, but you can't control the way that somebody has affected you. So I'm saying all of that to say that if you have cut off communication with somebody, if you have decided that you and another person are better without being on speaking terms, it may be because you are trying to preserve your peace, or because you see that there is no good communication anymore. And things like that can start to mess with your nervous system. Things like that can start to mess with your psychology. Things like that can take you to dark places that you don't want to be and that you wish that you had never gone to. So we're going to talk about that tonight. You think we won't when we will? Some seven got skills, yo. We going to build. We going to talk, yo. Jeff Guapo, let's take this walk. He carry right. Morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going right in your sight. We gonna break it down. We gonna sound like two people who are talking. Do it right now. You don't understand what we're trying to do, but you will understand everything in a few. Yo, everything don't come to you in a second. But my words, just respect it. I ain't really trying to come in nobody's neck. I ain't really trying to pull out the tech. I say I'm just trying to have a little bit of communication, trying to make people in this damn nation, trying to understand where I'm coming from. Yo, let me give the drummer some. Hit the like button, share the show, kid. Yo, let's get motherfuckers up in this bed. All right, let's go. Let's go, baby. Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. The reason that you had to stop talking to him. The reason why you had to stop talking to him. Go down your list of people right now. Do me this one little favor. Do me this one little solid, y'all. Take a mental list of the people that you are not on speaking terms right now. The people that you are not on speaking terms with right now. And let me make sure, man. Last night, I was listening to the show from last night, and I'm hearing this clicking, which means that the microphone is knocking up against things. If that starts to happen, please let me know. Let me know, like, yo, the thing is, you know what I'm saying? You got your microphone on the metronome. I don't want my microphone on the metronome, y'all. I don't want to do that. But yeah, Think about the people in your life that you are not on speaking terms with. Some of them may be a buddy of yours that you used to hang out with. Some of them might be co-workers that you got cool with after y'all met each other at the job. Some of them might be your cousins, brothers and sisters that you grew up with, and that you really felt like you could trust, and maybe something happened between the two of y'all that kind of broke down things and made you start looking at them in a different kind of way. And other things can happen that can take you off of speaking terms with somebody, like substance abuse, like substance abuse, like substance abuse. When somebody is getting high all the time and they're not in their right mind, and you're used to them being in their right mind, and you need them to be in their right mind in order for you to deal with them, because you are learning, you're growing, you're getting bigger, you're getting older, and things are starting to happen with you and to you, and you need to be talking to somebody who can understand that shit, relate to it, or try to help you, and or you may be trying to help somebody else out that is better than what they are displaying right now, and they might be giving you their ass to kiss. They might be giving you their ass to kiss. When somebody is under the influence of substances, when somebody is abusing substances, they on them drugs and shit, it can strain a relationship. And one of the hardest things to do is to get back a person that's alive. Let me put it this way. We know that when a person dies, we can't get them back. All we have left is the memories. But it's hard as hell when somebody who is alive is unreachable. So losing people to death is something we all have to do, and we all have to accept. There's nothing we can do about it. We can't fix that. But losing somebody that's still living, breathing, heart beating, and walking on this earth, when you lose them, you have to evaluate or reevaluate the whole relationship that y'all had with each other. Like, why can't we be cool no more? Why can't you be the good person that I knew? Why can't you be the helpful person that I knew? Why can't we get back to a comfortable place, a good place that we were in before? And you might have to come to grips that the place that you were before with a person wasn't really all of that. It could have been a facade. It could have been a facade. All right, it could have been a facade too. It could have been a facade. It could have been a facade, or it could have been a facade. Sometimes we have to come to grips with ourselves about our involvement with somebody, because sometimes things ain't the way that they seem. Sometimes things ain't the way that we said that we remember that they were. It's easy to remember things fondly that have happened to us, places that we've been, people that we've known. But what I want y'all to do right now is I want you to go down your own little personal memory lane. Think about the people right now that you are not speaking to, and ask yourself, why are we on non-speaking terms? And is it fixable? If you come to the conclusion that it's not fixable, it probably ain't. Either because you don't want to fix it, or because it's so bad you don't think it deserves to be fixed. Not by you. Somebody out there might owe you an apology right now, and that's why y'all ain't speaking. Somebody may have done something to you that they're not acknowledging right now, and that's why y'all ain't speaking. Somebody may have taken something from you, and they acting like they didn't do it, and that's why y'all ain't speaking right now. Somebody may have disrespected you time and time again after you asked them not to do that, and they acting like they didn't do what you know that they did, and that's why y'all ain't speaking. There could be a whole lot of reasons that you're not speaking to nobody. Now, my personal feelings on not speaking to somebody is that I think it's a feminine trait. I don't like to get into it. I don't like to be on non-speaking terms. I think it sounds bitch-like when I hear a man say, "Nah, me and I don't talk to. I ain't got nothing to say." Men try to make it sound more masculine. I ain't got no words for him. I ain't got no lyrics for him. Nah. But when it all comes down to it, That ain't really no masculine thing to do, to not be on speaking terms with somebody. But if you know that trying to mend fences with somebody is only going to make things work, make things worse, or it's going to make that person feel empowered to keep doing whatever they was doing to you. Well, nah, we can't get into that. Nah, son. Nah. Jeff Guapo. What up, my peoples? And Cheryl Halsey, how you feeling? Good to see me some y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. You already know. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, share the show. All y'all in the background acting like y'all ain't there. They be in the background like, yo, I ain't coming in the chat. I ain't coming in the chat right now. I'm just gonna listen and see what's going on. I ain't mad at y'all. I ain't mad at y'all for that. Man, nah, I'm mad at y'all for that. It's good. It's all good. All right. Okay. Jeff says it's fixable, but I just don't care. Is it really fixable then? Because if it was really fixable, I understand what you mean. It's fixable in that maybe it's something that the other party would easily agree to. But if in your hearts, if you're in your heart of hearts, if you don't feel like fixing it is a good idea, it ain't really all that fixable. It ain't all that fixable. Because to me, you're kind of saying that, yeah, it'll be cordial again, but it ain't, we ain't gonna hang out. We can speak again, we can talk again, but we ain't all that not talking now. We just make sure that we ain't around each other. We ain't dealing with each other. It could be a situation where y'all used to speak and hang out with each other every day. And that makes it hard. That's a hard situation right there. Jeff says, peace with myself and at war with the world. At peace with myself and at war with the world. Wow. Well. Ooh. Yeah. All right, so we're going to talk about it, man. What's good, y'all? What's good? Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. The reason why you don't speak to them anymore. The reason why y'all ain't on speaking terms. The reason why your phone don't ring with them on the other line, and you'll be goddamn if you call them. Let's get back to that Rolodex of people that you're not on speaking terms with. When it's multiple people that you're not on speaking terms with, do we ever have to start looking at it like maybe our involvement with people maybe is not up to par? And I'm only saying this because I know some people who never hold themselves accountable for any of the things that go wrong in their lives. We probably all know somebody like that, somebody that's always pointing the finger at somebody that's always talking about, well, yeah, I did everything I could to try to, and and I was trying to, and they just didn't want to, so I ain't going to be, when they ready to, then I'll, but until they ready to, I ain't going to, because I ain't got to for nobody. I know some people who are like that. Do y'all know anybody like that? Because I do. I know some people who always conveniently find some way to play the victim and to make everybody seem like they shitted on them, they fronted on them, or they trying to make them kiss their ass. What you know about that? Yeah, we would be cool, but he or she want me to kiss their ass in order for us to be friends. You know anybody who talks like that? I do. I know some people who talk like that. I absolutely do. I absolutely do. It's a tough situation. And then you have some people who are just loners. Some people are just not sociable people. Not that they're not friendly people, but they're not sociable. But we ain't talking about whether you're sociable or not. We're talking about whether or not you are on speaking terms with somebody. Because when you declare that you are not talking to somebody and that you don't want to speak to somebody, there's normally a backstory that comes with that. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Because if I'm wrong, y'all, please let me know. Let me know what it is. Let me know what it is. Normally, behind every non-contact, non-speaking situation, there's normally a little story that goes behind that. There's a little something to be said about the situation. Because people don't typically just stop speaking to each other at the same time. Like, yeah, we used to talk all the time. We used to call each other on the phone, and then boom, it was just like one day I didn't call, they didn't call, we never called again. Because there has to be a reason that you didn't call or continue to call it. And there's probably a reason why they didn't continue to call it. Only the two of y'all know, but the two of y'all could be in the dark about it. Well, I used to be the one calling all the time, and I decided that I didn't want to be the one calling all the time. So I stopped calling, and they didn't call. And I knew they wasn't going to call, so we don't talk no more. Even if it's a situation like that, are you really on non-speaking terms? I mean, real shit. Are you even on non-speaking terms when that's the case? Let me know, y'all. Let me know. Jeff says, yeah, I'm a loner. That's my preference. We can be cool and tight. I'ma still do my loner shit. I understand that. Because I'm kind of like the same way. For real, for real. I'm sociable, but I ain't social. I will talk. I'm not shy. And all that kind of shit. There are plenty of times when I like to be the center of attention, but only in a positive way. Only in a positive way. I don't want to be that dude that's out here looking like, evidently his mom used to make him go stand in the corner a lot. All right. Show Halsey says, I will speak if I see or hear from them. You do have to forgive. Well, is it always a forgiving situation? Because if it's a miscommunication situation, are we talking about forgiving somebody or not? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Almost 100% of the people I'm not on speaking terms with is over a misunderstanding, rumors and shit. Somebody backbiting me, going and telling somebody that I said something or did something that wasn't true, and the person believed what they said instead of coming to ask me. I've lost almost 100% of friends because of that kind of shit. I think it's whack. I do. I think that's whack as hell. RK says, how to stay humble when you begin doing better in life. Any verses? I realize I get unreal confidence. What is the difference between humbleness and self-deprecation or insecurities? Well, being humble just means that you are self-aware, like you are aware of your abilities, your skills, your talent, your attractiveness or whatever, but you don't use those to an unfair advantage. Like you're humble, like it's like you let people tell you how great you are instead of you telling the world how great you are. I mean, it's not hard to understand. Like how some people want to be recognized for the things that they have done or the things that they know, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're running around here talking about, I'm the best at everything, and everybody just be hating on me, and I'm trying to tell you I can do this. Yeah, they lack humility, and they probably really lack the attention that they need. They need the attention from people who obviously don't want to give them the attention, so they're acting out. A humble person would be like, they would just go about doing whatever it is that they do. And if somebody gives them a sincere compliment, or maybe even a gaudy compliment, like, yo, you are the man. Yo, it's your world. You got this shit. And a humble person might just be like, yo, you really think so? Well, yo, I appreciate that. I really do. And I'm glad I appreciate you saying that. Because sometimes I really don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I just kind of go with the flow. That's humble. That's humility. It doesn't mean that you're not confident. It doesn't mean that you're not aware of how good you are. It just means that you're not overbearing and obnoxious with it. You're humble. You don't have to be in denial of your power or your attraction. Your attractiveness. You don't have to be in denial of that. It just means that you have it under control. You don't let it define your whole personality or your whole motivation. Have any of you, the Eagles won the Super Bowl on Sunday. And so I've been seeing a lot of interviews with the Super Bowl MVP, Jalen Hurts, the quarterback. He's a young man. The ladies love him. He's talented. He's been through a lot of adversity. Most of this year, people have told him how good he wasn't and how mediocre he was and how overrated he was. He had to hear that. Now he's the Super Bowl MVP. So a lot of people are having to backtrack. Some of them are fully backtracking like, nah, he the man, blah, blah. And some people are like, well, when I said what I said, it needed to be said. And it was true. But if you look at the way he's handling his Super Bowl MVP status. So when he goes on these shows, they like, yo, you're so great and you doing this and blah, blah, blah. And Jalen Hurts is just like, well, no, it's been a long, hard road, a lot of work. But my teammates around me, they helped me out and we did this as a team. There's a lot of humility in that young man. There's a lot. To the point where you have to wonder if he's even being real about it. Because he ain't up there smiling and laughing and cheesing and, talking about how good he is and what he's going to do next year. He's not doing none of that. He's he seems to be very polished and very media trained. Like how to handle all of this fame. He seems well built for it. Way beyond somebody of his years would be expected to be. But there's a lot of humility there. Even if you don't buy it, even if you don't think he's being sincere about it, you can't deny that that's what the display is. RK says, another question. This is pretty broad, but how can I be a genuine person who creates actual good friendships with respect? I find myself being extra nice to gain the attention or company of others. Well, if you already know that you are going over and above in order to get attention, as you say, or company, well, I will say that you have kind of put yourself ahead of the curve. So, you're aware of where you come from and what your motivation is. A lot of people try to deny what their true motivation is, but you seem to know what yours is. I don't really give out advice, but I will say this. Always stay true to yourself. Always stay true to yourself. Find a lane that you're comfortable in and rock out with that lane. If that lane starts to become too slow for you, or if it's moving too fast for you, switch lanes. But make sure that you switch into a lane that you are comfortable moving at a certain speed. Now, to try to bring some clarity to that, what I'm saying is this. You don't have to use money or food, so to speak, in order to get people to get behind you or to support you. It works, but you have to understand it only works for as long as you have the money or the food. People are funny. You notice how like animals will come around if you feed them. And after a while, they'll come around even if you don't feed them. It doesn't mean that they don't want to eat, but they recognize that a deal is a deal. Once they've started coming around for food from you, they also seem to understand that they got to give a little too in order to keep getting food. They can't just take. Human beings don't seem to understand that very well. You know, human beings don't seem to grasp that concept as well. You feed a human being, and after a while, they start thinking that you should feed them all the time. You shouldn't start something you can't finish. I'm sure you've heard people say that. Well, don't start something that you can't finish. So I shouldn't be nice any of the time if it means that I'm not going to be nice all the time unconditionally. Come on, man. Give me a break. Please give me a break. But yeah, self-discovery, self-awareness. There's some things that you should do for yourself. Friendships are for you. Relationships are for you. It doesn't mean that you have to be selfish, but just remember, you got into a friendship for love, for trust, and for companionship, for yourself. So when your friendships are not giving you that, you need to move on or try to repair it or try to get it where you need it. What kind of friend can't provide love, friendship, and companionship? Like, what the hell are you good for? What are you good for? If I can't hang out with you, if we can't be cool, we can't talk, we can't be comfortable with each other. What kind of friend, like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So it shouldn't be that hard. But with certain people start feeling entitled, man. Certain people start feeling entitled. So you give some people some love and some attention, and they start feeling like they deserve the love and attention for nothing. Like you may have started giving it to them for nothing because you were trying to establish something. Well, an establishment is an establishment. It doesn't stay the way you established it. It progresses, it grows, come on, it advances. Am I lying? Let me know. T-Dog, what's good? T-Dog says, don't ever let friends borrow money. I can understand why you would say that. I do. My man Andre, what's good? What's good? He says entitlement. In a you know what? What's good, my brother, man? Everything good. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope you feeling like a real man should too. And I hope y'all ladies out there feeling like real women should. You know what I'm saying? Rock your shit. And T-Dog says, friends who borrow money and don't pay back are worse than thieves. Well, a friendship that's built on money That's a weak ass foundation, dog. A friendship built on finances, it ain't really a friendship. It ain't. That ain't really a friendship. You know how in relationships they say, you know, instead of people saying that you're in a relationship, they say if you're not committed, if you're not exclusive, if you're not monogamous, if you're not sure that somebody is only with you, you're in a situationship. Well, guess what? There can be situationships for friendships too. There can be situationships for friendships too. The situation might be built on that weak ass foundation of finances. So you mean to tell me it was all good when I was on stage with Hammer? Hammer. They put me in the mix. Hammer. Too legit to quit. Too legit to quit. It was all good when the checks was coming. I ain't want to have, but when the checks ain't coming in no more, when the budget got to get reevaluated, when I don't get a chance to be the 50th man on the 25 person tour, now I want to start talking bad about Hammer. Situationship friendship built on that weak ass financial foundation. RK says it's not a friendship, it's a contract. Then let's call it that. How about this? We can be colleagues. Hey, we can be clients. We ain't got to be friends. We can define exactly what we are, and we can rock out with that. We ain't got to be friends. Sometimes people try to make friends out of some unfriendly shit. In business, we normally understand this. I don't know if any of y'all have ever done your dirt out there in the streets. One thing that cats who have hustled, let's call a spade a spade. One thing that drug dealers don't do is run around talking about everybody is their friend, especially when they sell drugs too. You won't hear them talking like that. My connect over here, my plug over here. We ain't friends. This is all money. Had we not been doing our thing in the streets, we would have never met each other, and we may not even really care for each other. This is all based on money. If one of us get locked up, one of us might tell. We ain't friends. Maybe all my real friends don't sell no drugs. Because everybody who sell drugs, that friendship rocky. That friend, and I don't mean Rocky Balboa, because that's pretty strong. That thing is more like Rocky on Bullwinkle. And now it's something you'll really like. Shirley Sherrill, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. Shirley Sherrill, the world's most precious and greatest pearl in the world. What's going on, Ma? It's good to see me some you. RK says in contracts are broken all the time. That's why there's so many court cases. Yeah, but like I said, I don't think that's a friendship. I don't see the friendship in that. Yo, man, how we doing with this mic? Because I'm hearing, I don't know, like, is it clinging? Y'all gotta let me know. If it start knocking up here too much, that's not cool. Let me know, because I can. You know what I can do? Matter of fact, I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna clip the mic over here. Y'all should still be able to hear me. Okay. How's the audio? Are we good with it over there? We good? I bet that way, because I don't want, I think it sounds better, like the way the mic is calibrated. I think it sounds a little better when you're far away anyway, because there's a little bit of reverb, a little bit distortion when you're a little too up close. So we're gonna do it like that. We're gonna do it like that. All right, good looking out, Andre. All right, Andre says, I ain't financing no relationship. Matter of fact, ain't financing no contract. But we talking about the reason you ain't on speaking terms with somebody. Earlier in the show, for those of y'all who are just coming in, I was asking everybody, think about the people in your life, no matter how many or how little they are. Think about the people that you have stopped talking to for whatever reason, and think about the reasons. Like, what are the reasons that you are not on speaking terms with somebody that you used to be on speaking terms with? Whether y'all were close, whether y'all were really just associates in the first place, or whether y'all never really had it popping. I'm not talking about somebody that you're enemies with. I'm talking about somebody that you're not on speaking terms with. Because you might be on speaking terms with your enemy. You can't stand their ass, but y'all might work together. Y'all might do business together. There's just no trust or belief in cordiality. Sometimes you can be cordial with your enemies. Still your enemy. You know the motherfucker snake. You know he is snake. But think about the people who you're not speaking to anymore. Whether it's a family member, whether it's an ex. I know a lot of y'all got exes out there that you cannot call and talk to. Some of y'all can't talk to your baby mom. Like, yo, man, I pay my child support or whatever. Or she dropped my son or my daughter off at my mom's house, and I go get my son or my daughter from my mom's house. I ain't got no interaction with her, though. No, we ain't got nothing to talk about. I pass off the money. I spend time with my kids. But no, I ain't got no, she act crazy. She want to act stupid. She want to be petty. And I ain't talking. I ain't got no word. I don't think that's a good look, but it happens. RK says, what religion do you follow, son? I'm more of a Muslim, but I understand Christianity. I respect it. But the reason I say I'm more of a Muslim is because I don't go to the mosque. I don't go to no temples or nothing like that. I'm more of a spiritual person. I can't deal with the organized religion no more. And it wasn't easy for me to come to grips with that, but I just can't. I just can't. I'm not going to pay to worship God. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So my religious beliefs are more geared towards Islam. But I'm not going to the masjid. I ain't got no imam. I ain't got no imam. Okay. Okay, says you're out here realizing your true nature and self. Big respect. Man, I'm trying. I mean, we all got crosses to bear. I'm on a journey. You're on a journey. We're on a journey. Are we all going to the same place? Mm-mm. Do we need to? Not at all. But there could be somebody in your life that you're not on speaking terms right now because they didn't understand that concept right there. They didn't understand that y'all don't have to be headed toward the same place in order to be good as far as the direction that y'all going before y'all need to separate. There's a difference between being separated from somebody, estranged from somebody. There's a difference between that and not being on speaking terms with somebody. When I say y'all not on speaking terms. I'm saying that y'all got each other phone numbers. None of that information has changed. But you be goddamn if you dial those numbers or send a text to them. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. There's a difference. Sometimes people will stop talking to you and you don't even know the fuck why. So you just stop talking to them back. Hey man, we human beings. We are human beings. Sometimes you feel resentful that somebody has blown you off. Like me and such and such, we used to go bowling. We used to shoot pool. We used to gamble a little bit, shoot craps. And all of a sudden, he started getting kind of funny. It's like we be walking in the same direction. He act like he don't see me. I'm like, yo, what's up, dude? What's up? Oh, yo. It used to be like, give me a pound, give me a hug. Yo, what's good, man? And all of a sudden, it was like a head nod. Now, first, I know he was going through something with his baby mom. I know he was going through something. He had a definite family. He was going through it. But there's a difference between going through something and then cutting off people. Because I saw him, he was still friendly with everybody else. From what I could see, he was still cool with everybody else. But it just seemed like he started acting cool towards me. And I don't know what that was about. So, hey man, I ain't got time. Look, I got my own shit that I got to deal with. So, he stopped speaking to me. I just stopped speaking to him. So I guess you could say we ain't speaking, but we ain't really not speaking. We never made it official that we ain't speaking. We just stopped speaking. We never made it official that we ain't speaking. We just stopped speaking. What y'all know? What you know? So, yeah, man. Let's do a poll question. Let me get a poll question popping, man. We 40 minutes in. Poll question popping. That's it. All right. Okay, here's the poll question, y'all. See what y'all think about this. If someone stops speaking to you, do you always try to find out why and get it fixed? If somebody stops speaking to you, like out of the blue, you feel it, it ain't like they hiding it, do you always try to get to the bottom of it? Do you always keep, open up the communication lines and see what's good? And try to fix the situation? Or do you just, you're like, well, they say people in your life for a reason and a season. Maybe the season is up. So be honest about it. Be honest. As a matter of fact, I'm going to write that. Be honest. Cause sometimes niggas be lying, son. Lying. Why lying? There we go. Let's have at it. Little poll question. If someone stops speaking to you, do you always try to find out why and get it fixed? Or do you just let that shit, you know what I mean? Shit, you stop speaking to me. I don't owe you to start speaking to you. Olga Beck, East Matav. What's good? My people's Olga Beck, East Matav. Olga Beck, Olga Beck, East Matav. Olga, what's going on, my dude? Good to see you. I appreciate you. Yeah, man. The reason why you don't speak to them anymore. Have y'all going back in your mental Rolodex of people that you're not speaking to anymore? Do you remember why? Sometimes enough time can go by where you don't even remember why y'all stopped speaking. Or you might not remember it the exact way that y'all stopped speaking. You might not remember it exactly the way that y'all stopped speaking. Like, she might have stopped speaking to you because she didn't like the way you played the triangle. Triangle. Why don't you like the way that I play the triangle, baby? Yo, when I used to play my triangle, you used to call me crazy, hey. But sometimes I need to hear the ding. Yeah, ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Yo, why can't I play my triangle around you? Yo, why can't I do? I'm grown. Let me play my triangle. Leave me the fuck alone. Yo, we're still here. I got 3 kids this year. What's the deal? Do what I feel. Play my triangle. And the shit is real. You don't got one. You haven't seen one since 3rd grade. I got it made like, special ed kid. I'm red, kid. Everything is gonna be alright. I put my motherfucking triangle half the night. Yeah, you can't deal with it. But it's mine, so you can feel it. Play my triangle, baby. What? Play my triangle. Well, stop speaking to me because I play my triangle. This my triangle. 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 You don't like the way I play my triangle, but you're gonna have to come at my neck from a different angle. I'm here to make sure that I make the music right, and I gotta play my triangle tonight. You can stop that hating. I'm waiting for you to change it. I'm gonna rearrange your way of thinking, and I'm running around here, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna be a little better if I try. Play my triangle, don't ask why. If you don't like my triangle, you don't like me. That's how we doing it. You don't like my triangle, you don't like me. We light the night. Poll question only got 3 people. We light the night. That's okay though. That's okay. You know what I mean? When it's a smaller crowd, then everybody understands a little better. When it's a smaller crowd, everybody understands a little better. But do me a little favor. If y'all are listening to the show, please do me one little favor. Hit the like button. You ain't gotta do nothing else. Just hit the like button. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to subscribe to the channel. It's your own choice. Just hit the like button. You know what I mean? Just hit a like. Okay, I don't like this shit. I can't. Just hit the like button. It ain't gonna do nothing. It ain't gonna do nothing. It's not gonna be an indictment on your character. You know what I'm saying? Just hit the like button. It's all good. But yeah. Not being on speaking terms with somebody. And like I was saying earlier in the show, most of the people that I don't speak to anymore, I don't speak to them anymore because of other people. In other words, other people got in their head and started spreading rumors and saying things like, I'm trying to use them or whatever they may have said it was something negative. And instead of that person coming to me and asking if what was said was true, they just stopped speaking. Let me tell y'all a story. And this is a ridiculous ass story, but it worked. It really, really happened. There was a job that I used to work at, and you know, there were younger people working at the job. So, you know, when you're working with people that are 15 years or more younger than you, you're going to have to deal with some immaturity issues every now and then. You know, sometimes you just going to have to deal with that. And so there was a situation where there was this young girl. She was about 22 years old. And, you know, she was a young, attractive, little young John, whatever. And so this dude was trying to get at her. I think he was, asking her questions and trying to talk to her, trying to get her attention or whatever. She wasn't really feeling it. But she expected me to get the dude off of her. Like he wasn't making no sexual advances toward her or trying to touch her or nothing like that. He was just trying to, have a conversation with her. Maybe try to get her number or something like that. She wasn't with it. So I guess I was supposed to, like, what was I supposed to do? You ain't my girl. You're a grown woman. You're 22 years old. If you don't like a dude, tell him you don't like him, or tell him you got a man or something. Handle your business. So there was another dude who she was cool with who worked under me too. And he started acting funny, acting real rebellious towards me and all that. I was like, first of all, he was a stone cold dickhead. Let's get that established. He was a stone cold dickhead. So because I was a manager, he couldn't stop talking to me altogether. But he decided that he was going to keep all of his conversations with me strictly about the job. So I was okay with that, actually, because I don't like no silly ass people that I gotta try to, like, if you make me work for your friendship, I'm going to get fired. If I have to work for your friendship, I'm going to get fired. He later on told me, after he came to his dumbass senses, yeah, the reason why I stopped talking to you is because such and such had told me that you didn't protect her when dude was trying to come at her. And I know you got sisters or at least like females in your life or whatever. You just let them. I said, hold on. I said, what? I said, what? I said, first of all, the dude wasn't being dangerous towards her. And if he was, she knows what to do in that situation. Now, I asked her, was he harassing her? She said no. I said, well, so what are your concerns? Well, I don't want him talking to me. I don't like him. I said, okay. So this is at a job. Y'all don't even work in the same department or anything like that. So you could have told him, like, listen, I'm not here for all of that. Get out of my face, beat it. And he would have had to do that, or it would have been problems for him. But it's not my job to tell a 22-year-old grown young woman how to handle a man, some young boy that's trying to get with her. You don't like him, you don't like him. But that's not my job. So I said, hold on. So because she told you that I didn't handle the situation the way that she thought I should have handled the situation, you stopped speaking to me? And he said, well, because, we supposed to be like family. I said, no, we not. You ain't my family. If we supposed to be like family, how come I don't know none of the rest of your family and you don't know mine? What are you talking about? I said, listen, I ain't really care. I just kept it a buck with him. I ain't really care if you stop speaking to me because I don't want nobody that petty being around me. I don't want nobody like that in my life. So if you can't come to me and ask me how come I handle the situation in a certain type of way, but instead you decided that you was just going to stop talking to me like that was going to solve something, you're not the type of person that I need to be dealing with. Because it's not going to work out very well. It's not going to turn out good. And that was that. But I tell that story because it can show you how people will stop, how you can find yourself in a non-speaking situation and you ain't even had nothing to do with it. You wasn't looking for no smoke. They gave you smoke anyway. Here you are, smoke. You didn't ask for none. You didn't promote none. Life goes on. Life goes on. And you can find yourself in these types of situations all the time. I'm going to the Eagles parade today. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to the parade today, and I'm so happy about this shit. I don't even know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. After this show, I'm going to bed. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep. I might not get a wink. I don't know. You know? But I'm so ready for this shit. So ready for this shit. And it's going to be epic. This thing is going to be beyond great. Y'all are quiet as shit tonight. What the hell? Y'all got me wondering, like, is the chat broke? Are y'all here? It's crickets tonight. Fuck it. Shit, you ain't saying nothing tonight? All right. Shit. All right. And so we soldier on. The reason that you're not speaking to them anymore, the reason that y'all don't speak no more, y'all was cool before, y'all was good before, not anymore. Not anymore. You know, this is a really, really tough situation, especially when it's a family member. There are plenty of people out there that don't talk to their moms or dads. Don't talk to their sisters and brothers. Don't hang out. Don't talk, or not on speaking terms with they favorite cousins and shit like that. That's tough. That's tough. When you and somebody used to be so close, like when y'all were in a situation, y'all may have been in a situation before where y'all could finish each other's sentences. Y'all know exactly how each other think. Y'all know exactly each other's like capabilities and your tendencies. When you have to stop being on speaking terms with somebody because of that, it hurts bad. It does. And I think that in every situation where you're not speaking to somebody, I think that is a situation where there are probably some hurt feelings there. Show Halsey says, I am here. The topic is painful. I understand. Well, I hope that's everybody else's reason. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, damn, what's going on? So quiet. You know what I mean? It's been quiet in here before, but it really ain't never been this quiet. I'm like, we good? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? It's all good though. Love is love. Appreciate you acknowledging everything though. But yeah, when you have been there are family members that I'm not speaking to right now. There just are. And there's some family members that I'm not speaking to in a malicious way. And then there's some family members that I'm not speaking to just because it's like, it kind of don't matter. We might not be on official not speaking terms. You know how that goes. Some people you are officially not speaking to. Like, nah, I don't fuck with such and such no more. You know, I don't have nothing to say to them or, no, we not cool no more. And then there's some people where maybe things between the two of you may have just got to a point where it kind of fizzled out. You know, it just kind of fizzled out. Y'all may not be really mad at each other, but there's something there. Miscommunication. Maybe things that need to be said that weren't said or that are not being said. And things like that can get to you after a while. Things like that can get to you after a while, and you may not even... You probably are aware of the situations that you need to fix, and you're probably aware of the situations that we can kind of let that sleeping dog lie. Like I'm all right with that. Like I don't really need to fix that situation. I can let that situation stay where it is or stay how it is. I ain't gotta fix that. I ain't gotta fix it. Well, think about that for a second. Think about the people who you're not speaking to, who you really probably should reach out. Let's talk about that for a minute. Reaching out. What does it take for you to stop reaching out to somebody? Or what does it take for you to reach out to somebody? Maritza Allberg, what's good? How you feeling, man? Good to see you. So sometimes you have no choice to withdraw your energy for your peace of mind. I get it. But you know what's confusing, Maritza? Sometimes you are on speaking terms with somebody that you don't even like. But y'all on speaking terms. Somebody that you don't appreciate. But y'all are on speaking terms. Somebody that gets on your last nerve, but y'all are on speaking terms. And then there might be somebody that you used to hang out with every day. Somebody you used to tell all your secrets to. Somebody you used to hang out with and make secrets with. Somebody who had all of your information and they could share it if they wanted to. And that's the person that you're not speaking to. How do we explain that to ourselves? Dimples D's. What up, Dimples? How you feeling, man? Good to see me some you. But really, y'all, how do you explain that? You on speaking terms with the people that you don't like, that you don't care about, that get on your nerves, that keep you in an angry type of situation. But the people that you love, that you cared about, that you hung with, somehow y'all ain't on speaking terms. How you explain that one to me? Just show me how that one worked, because I'm not really sure how that one worked. Bryce D, what's good? Thanks for coming through, y'all. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all, man. You already know. We talking about the reason why you don't speak to them anymore. And like I've been saying this whole show, I want y'all, as y'all come in here, I want you to think about the people in your life that you're not speaking to. All the people in your life right now, from the time, for as far back as you can remember, up until this day, the 14th of February. Happy Valentine's Day to y'all, by the way. I don't really mess with Valentine's Day that much, but happy Valentine's Day. But think about the people that you are not speaking to anymore. Do you even know the reason why? You don't have to share the reason, but are you aware of the reason? Because there may be some people that you are not speaking to right now, and you can't really tell why. You can't really say why. Well, we just kind of grew apart. What does that mean? You can't grow apart and still be on speaking terms? You can't grow apart and still be on speaking terms? Why not? You became a fireman. I became a city controller. Why we can't speak? I wouldn't care if I became a lawyer and you became a criminal. Why can't we speak? Wow. So I want y'all to just think about that. Even if you just think about it for yourself. What is the reason? What is the reason why you and somebody who you was cool with, somebody who you was in love with, somebody that was in your heart, somebody that was part of your soul, why aren't y'all on speaking terms anymore? Do you know? Do you know? Do you remember? Bryce says, do you think it's important to tell the person what they did, or just leave it? I think it's important I think it's always important, Bryce. I think it's important to keep the lines of communication open. I think you should always know or be aware of the reason that you're speaking to somebody or that you're not speaking to somebody. Because like I said, man, it don't make no sense to me for me to be on speaking terms with somebody I don't give a fuck about, somebody who gets on my nerves, somebody that I don't really care for too much. Why am I on speaking terms with them? But somebody I used to hang with every day, somebody I used to talk to on the phone every day, somebody I used to go over their house, or we would go out, we would hang out, we would have a nice time. Sure, we had disagreements. Sometimes we had arguments, fights. We really had to air it out with each other sometimes, and now it's silence. Baby moms and baby dads out there that's not on speaking terms, this shit don't make no goddamn sense. It don't. It don't make no sense. Y'all got a child together and y'all can't speak. How you gonna teach your child to communicate with each other, or to at least be cordial and communicative on an adult level, and you can't do it with their own mom or their own dad? How we doing it? How we doing this? Let me know. Let me know. So yeah, Bryce, I think it's important. Listen, now, you don't have to listen to me, but I'm very confrontational. I gets to the bottom of shit. I'm going to find out how come me and you ain't speaking. I'm quick to pick up the phone or make a visit and be like, yo, what's going on? What's up? And of course, they're going to be like, well, like, what's up with what? Come on, man, stop playing with me. Like, you've been acting distant, and you've been acting cold. You know what I mean? There's something going on. There's something going on. I mean, let's have a little talk. Let's see what's going on. It don't matter who's right or wrong in this situation, but we need to get to the bottom of it. We should at least be in agreement about being in disagreement. Can we be in agreement about being in disagreement? Maritza says they were not meant to go down. They were not meant to go with you where God wants you to go. Okay. Sometimes you just outgrown them. Okay, you can outgrow a person and still be on speaking terms with them. Maybe you outgrew them. You know, maybe, okay, like let's take a situation where, let's say you and a person used to drink together, get high together and stuff like that, and you got clean. You just, well, maybe you weren't an addict or nothing like that, but you decided to stop living that life. So you stop drinking, you stop smoking, you stop hanging out. You know, maybe you start going to church and all of that. Does that mean that y'all can't speak no more? Hey, they grown, they live in their life, they go on the path that they want to go. That don't mean that you can't speak to y'all can't speak. Now, if you're the type of person that can't be friends with somebody who doesn't do what you want them to do, well, then you got to check yourself too. Or, you know, how when you start going to church, a lot of times the congregation will try to encourage you to only deal with people who are walking that path of righteousness that you're on. So as you take this spiritual path and try to get closer to God, sometimes the congregation will encourage you to cut off people who are not going in that same direction that you're going. I think that's corny. I think it's corny. Because you, at some point, you have to be your own man or your own woman and stand strong in your faith while understanding that other people don't share that same faith. They're not there with you yet. But if you can't deal with other people not being in the same faith that you are, you have to question whether you're really in that faith. Can you worship God all by yourself? Real shit. I ain't trying to get preachy on y'all, but are you faithful enough? Are you grounded in your faith enough to worship God against all odds, against all wishes, against all opposition? Are you strong enough to stand in that faith? Because you came into this world alone, and when you die, when you face judgment, God, I don't think the word says that God is going to take into consideration the opinion of all of his other children. So, like I said, I don't want to get all preachy with y'all. But can you stand in your faith solo? Are you a real believer? Or are you only a believer when other people are believers too? So if you got to cut off your brothers and sisters, your mom, your dad, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, classmates, neighbors, if you got to cut them all off in order to worship God, that makes sense to you? He created all of us. So I don't want to get all preachy. I don't want to get all crazy on y'all. But yeah, I'm confrontational. I'm the type of person that will pick up a phone and ask, or I will come see you. Because sometimes I need eye contact. I need to see how you handle this confrontation that I'm gonna give to you. It's not on no violent shit. I just need to see if the truth is there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm sure plenty of y'all are perceptive enough to know when somebody is being sincere and when somebody is bullshitting you. You know, I know, we all have to get into that at one point or another. You understand what I'm saying? So the communication, the lines of communication. What's the reason that they were shut down? What's the reason that they would not be available? Somebody you used to be best friends with, and now everything is on mute. Now everything is on silent. Now, I ain't talking about blocking somebody or being blocked from somebody. I ain't talking about all of that. We can talk about that, but I'm not talking about that. In other words, we can discuss that, but that's not the basis of my discussion. What would make you block somebody? But all my blockers out there, whether you block somebody on social media or block them on your phone, what's the reason that you would block somebody? Because when you block somebody, that's you proactively saying that you don't want to speak to somebody, that you don't want to deal with somebody, that you don't want to communicate with somebody. So what could be the reason for that? And I recognize that there can be a lot of different reasons for that. Some good, maybe some not so good, some understandable, maybe some not so understandable. Not so understandable, man. But it's all on you. It's all on you. The poll question. Let's talk about the poll question for a second. If someone stops speaking to you, do you always try to find out why and get it fixed? If someone stops speaking to you, do you always try to find out why and get it fixed? I think I do. I think I do. Nobody, let me be careful because, I don't want to get all on my high horse. From the times I can remember, I have picked up the phone and asked why. Now I have to admit, if I decided to stop speaking to somebody, I don't feel like I owe anybody an explanation. But I'm not the type of person to just stop speaking to somebody just for nothing. So if I stop speaking to you, you did something. Simple and plain. If I stop speaking to you, you did something. But 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to wait for you to acknowledge that you did something. I'm going to ask you why you did something. So for me, you either need to lie to me or tell me the truth. But I'm going to get something. I'm gonna get something. And that's why in some situations I prefer to talk face to face. But I'm not that guy that tells you, okay, I need to talk to you face to face. And I don't know. I got a little contempt for that type of shit. Don't like challenge me on the phone. No, I need to talk to you in person. Like, I don't know. That, when somebody confronts you that way, it don't sound cool. So I'd rather just do the pop-up. Yeah, I'm here. And if we was close like that, there shouldn't be any real reason why it would be a surprise that I would be wherever you are. I mean, after all, we used to be crew. After all, we was good. Now, I do think that even with these little bit of votes, only 7 votes, if someone stops speaking to you, do you always try to find out why and get it fixed? 71% said that they don't. So basically 6 people said that they don't always try to find out why and get it fixed. And only 1 person said that they always try to find out what happened and fix it. I'm not surprised I'm not surprised that the number is that way. I'm not. That doesn't surprise me in the least, because it sounds about right. The question that I do have is, I wonder if it's more that way nowadays than it was before. I wonder if it is that, if it's more that way nowadays than it was before. Do y'all think that people needed each other more back in the day than they need each other now? Do y'all think that? Do you think that people value each other more now than they used to, or do you think that people value each other less now than they used to? What do y'all think? Think about yourself. Do you hold people? Are you more understanding of people? Do you hold people in higher regard, esteem, respect more now? Or do you think that before you were able to achieve a higher level of admiration, love, respect, esteem for people? What do y'all think? Y'all so quiet. I know I'm gonna have to wait forever, or it might not come. Y'all so quiet tonight. This shit's crazy. But fuck it, we gonna soldier on because I'm a professional. I don't care. I keep talking, y'all. We gonna talk until we reach the 2-hour mark. Shit, I got material for days. I don't care. But yeah, like, what do you think? What do you think? I hate to blame social media for everything, but there's just no denying the impact that social media has had on the way that we deal with each other. There's no denying that social media has had a big impact on the way that we deal with each other. Because we have that, oh wait. Oh shit, I didn't see that. Okay. Dimple says, respect, loyalty, forgiveness, growth. The biggest problem in communication is the illusion that has taken place. Maritza says, people value each other much less nowadays. I can't deny that. I can't deny it. I think there has to be some truth in that. I do. I think there has to be some truth that we don't value each other as much as we used to. Now, the question is, how much did we value each other before? Because I don't think that there's ever been a time in our lives or in our existence where we didn't take each other for granted in some kind of way. But there are levels to this thing. And maybe we've reached a different tier or a different plateau, and not in a good way. Maybe. Speaking of maybe, this would be fun. Okay. Come on, man. All right. Maybe. Where are my... It's Throwback Thursday, y'all. And I don't care if y'all look at me some kind of way because of this. I like the movie Annie. The movie Annie. Remember, little orphan Annie? The movie Annie. Remember this song from Annie? Hold on. This song was called Maybe. Maybe far away, or maybe real nearby. He may be pouring her coffee. She may be straightening his tie. Maybe in a house all hidden by a hill. She's sitting playing piano. He's sitting paying a bill. Betcha they're young. Betcha they're smart. Betcha they collect things like ashtrays and art. Betcha they're good. Why shouldn't they be? Their one mistake was giving up me. So maybe now is time, and maybe when I wake, they'll be there calling me baby. Maybe. No? That was my shit. Y'all need to go watch Annie, man. Don't go watch the Black Annie. I don't have nothing against, y'all know I love black people, but I hate when we do black remakes to movies, to classic movies. Like, for what? So Annie wasn't good enough. We needed a Blaney. Nobody asked for Blaney. We didn't need Blaney. We was good with Annie. We didn't need no Blaney. Good with Annie. Didn't need no Blaney. We didn't need no Black Little Mermaid. I don't need none of that shit. You throwing shade. Did we even need Black Panther? Well, at least he was a real Marvin. All right. Anyway. All right. Cheryl says, the family member that I'm referring to knows why we don't talk. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, Cheryl. And that's what makes shit harder. Because when you know that somebody has done you wrong and you're trying to forgive them, even if you don't forgive them, but you may be a mature enough person to whereas you ain't putting their business out there. You ain't salting, you ain't throwing salt in a bad wound. You ain't trying to make it known that somebody has done you dirty. You just decide to cease communication. I'm going to just shut that shit down. You know what the fuck you did. You know why we ain't cool no more. You know why I don't come around no more. You know why my wallet is closed to you and my bank account is too. You know why. You know why. Maritza says, people used to visit a lot. People used to visit a lot more. Not too many family dinners anymore or get-togethers. Let me ask you this, Maritza. Do you think it's because now we can FaceTime? Has FaceTime cut out real time? Has FaceTime cut out FaceTime? We got FaceTime. We got Zoom. We got Instagram. We got Facebook Messenger. We got Duo. We got all of these apps where we like the Jetsons now. We can see people that we talking to on the phone. Has that made us stop needing to see each other in person? Something to think about. You say definitely? Wow. Dimples D says emotional patterns of reacting to ourselves and others may shift over time. Some people give lower rate of kindness, honesty, and niceness compared to past generations. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's deep. Some people give lower rates on kindness and honesty. Oh, yeah. Honesty. and niceness compared to past generations.
That's crazy.
I'm still thinking about what Cheryl said. The person she's not speaking to knows why they ain't speaking. Oh boy, that is some real shit. Letting those sleeping dogs lie. I'm gonna write that in the chat. Woo. Well, it wouldn't be me if I didn't talk about the downside of the not speaking to each other thing. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna end this poll, and we're gonna open up another poll. We're gonna go a little bit we're gonna go a little bit deeper with this one. These damn characters. All right. I got it. All right. If who you are not speaking to died tomorrow, would you be okay that y'all weren't speaking today? In other words, if the person or the people who you're not speaking to, if they would have died tomorrow, would you be okay that today y'all weren't speaking? So they basically passed away with y'all being on the outs. So you never got a chance to mend fences, talk it out, hug it out, work it out. Is it that deep? Is it that deep? Now, you know, for some people, it might be that deep. But let's see. Let's give it a shot. Sure. Okay. So yeah, this is a toughie. You know, like because when you start thinking about the level of seriousness that your not speaking situation may carry, sometimes you might have to reevaluate whether it really is that deep. Like y'all might be good enough. Like the reason that you're not speaking to somebody might be good enough as long as both of you are alive. It might not hold as much weight if the person passes away. You might have to reevaluate the whole thing. Like, wait a minute, you know, like, yeah, I was mad at him, but not mad enough to let them make it to the pearly gates without us, you know, letting bygones be bygones. Yeah, this is a little tough. That's a little tough. Okay. Dimples D says, I can't put in my vote. Did you put it out? Yeah. Somebody said, yeah. I don't know. What's wrong with your phone? What? But yeah, it's levels. It's levels. Shoot, I got to think about this myself. The people that I'm not on speaking terms with, would I be okay if they died tomorrow without us ever having to resolve the issue? That's tough. That's tough. Marissa says it's a tough question because for me it depends. Exactly. That's why I'm asking you to consider your personal situation, because you're the only person that can answer this for yourself. It may not be deep. Something that might not be all that deep to somebody else might be really deep for you, and something that might be aloof or not such a big deal to you might be really, really deep to somebody else. Some people can't deal with not being on speaking terms. You know, just being real. Some people don't deal well with that. Some people have to be on speaking terms. We're like, I gotta open the lines of communication. We gotta be speaking. I'm not okay with not speaking to you. I'm not willing to just go on and be without you. Some people do it in a negative sense, like get to stalking and shit like that. But one thing about a stalker, they're going to make you talk to them. One thing about stalkers is that they're going to make you talk to them. Oh, you going to talk to me? Speaking of stalking, y'all. I was thinking of this skit. I was thinking of this dark skit. You know how, and I hope this is not a trigger for anybody, but you know, one thing about a stalker is that they will always be around. They hide in the bushes. They do drive-bys. they hide behind tinted windows in a different car. So let's say you needed to go somewhere real quick, and you ordered an Uber. Instead of you ordering an Uber, like your stalker is out there waiting somewhere, just wave them down, be like, "Yo, how about you come from I'm out of the bushes and give me a ride? I gotta make it to this appointment at this time. I know your car right down there." Can you do that? Can't trust a stalker, right? They might kidnap your ass. And I guess stalking ain't stalking if the person is submitting to the stalking, right? Like in order for somebody to be a stalker, there has to be resistance on the other side, right? Like, do I have that right? No? Yeah? No? Dimples D said facts. Damn. So only 3 people answered the poll, and 2 out of the 3 people said they would be okay. If who you are not speaking to died tomorrow, would you be okay that y'all weren't speaking today? So 2 out of 3 people said, yeah, I'll be all right with that. And Dimples said it too. So that's really 3-1. Damn. Well, I can't speak to anybody else's experience. I can't speak to anybody else's experience. My finger is getting better. I'm glad about that. That thing. I'm trying to play these drums and shit. That finger is killing me. That thing is killing me. You know, one of the reasons why it's so hard to stand up straight when you have a sore ankle or a broken ankle or twisted ankle or sprained ankle is because you realize that all of your weight is standing on your feet. Your head, shoulders, chest, waist, thighs, legs, all of that stuff is on top of the ankles and the feet. So when those parts are damaged, you're going to feel it. They can't hold up anymore. Anybody down to fix their situation? Like, is everybody just going to let the situation stay the way it is? Wait a minute. Okay, we good. I was like, nobody called in tonight. I was just trying to make sure that it wasn't because, the number wasn't pinned, but the number is definitely pinned. The number is definitely pinned. 267-874-1949. 267-874-1949. Okay. Yeah. Carrying the weight. Yeah, it's it's not easy being in a situation where you're not speaking to somebody that you want to speak to. It's not easy being in a situation where you can't speak to somebody that you really want to speak to for a variety of reasons. Maybe if you reach out to a person, it'll send the wrong impression. Some people feel like they're more powerful than you, or are living with false power if you reach out to them when they were wrong. Everybody doesn't handle being wrong the same way. Some people can be dead wrong, and they'll try to convince you that they were right about everything and treat you that way. Cheryl says, I spoke to this person a month ago and they wanted my sister's phone number. The go in between, huh? The middleman. Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, some people you have to learn the lessons that they need to learn in whatever kind of way that they need to learn them. Because sometimes some people take your kindness it's just sad that some people have to be treated bad in order for them to understand. I'm just going to leave it at that. Some people you just have to let be whoever they are, because who they are is really not a good person to be. They're not good. They're not good. They're not good. We about to do these birthday shout outs, man. Get on up out of here. We about to do these birthday shout outs and get on up out of here. But if y'all don't get nothing out of this show, man, just always be aware of the situations that we find ourselves in. You may not always put yourself in the situation. And sometimes you may resent the situation that you've been thrusted upon or placed in or put in, because you feel like somebody was definitely behind that. But we either there or we ain't. All right, let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious February 13th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special, because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Rashia Bluford. Happy birthday to you, and also Yolanda Sams. Happy birthday, and Michelle Karan Highsmith and Atone Clark and Queenie Giovanni Francois and Abuchi Peace, Mildred Dawson, my girl Millie Mill, and also Crystal Johnson, Janine Crawley, and last but not least, Randy Campbell Sr. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all, and I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious February 13th. Anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally, all of y'all go ahead and turn up. but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing, and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings, and do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, hey, yo, man, sometimes you on speaking terms with somebody. Sometimes you're not on speaking terms with somebody. There are some people that you cannot be on speaking terms with. Unfortunately, there are some people who being on speaking terms with is not available or not an option. But you should always understand for a fact or for sure the reason that you are speaking to somebody and the reason that you can't speak to somebody anymore. Hopefully you can get comfortable with the decisions that you've made, because it is going to be a decision that you have to deal with, and that's whether it works for you or it works against you. One of the hardest things in the world to do is to cease communication with somebody that you really want to communicate with. In other words, it's not easy to stop speaking to somebody who you really want to talk to. And sometimes we don't want to speak to people publicly, and sometimes we don't want to speak to people privately. And what I mean by that is sometimes you don't mind it being public knowledge that you have or still have feelings for somebody who you're probably not supposed to be on good terms with. And sometimes that's a private thing. Sometimes it's a private thing. Anybody who has ever dialed a number and then tried to hang up before the phone rung. Like you might have got this close. You might have gotten this close to speaking to him, and then you decided, yeah, let me back up off of that. That's not going to work. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. I love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night. We will be back tomorrow night. 1 o'clock, yo, not 2. 1 o'clock on Fridays is how we do. So I see y'all there, and I hope you be around, because you know that I care. We on speaking terms. All I really do is talk. I'm going to make sure that I don't bother or stop. We going to take this walk together. We going to get there. It might be cold, but I ain't care about the weather. Yo, I know that I like you. I know that you like me. So let's do like Spike Lee. Do the right thing. Yo, no better blues. Yo, me and you together, we can't lose. Everything is going to be all right. Adam Young, thanks for coming on through late, but it's still all right. Yeah, appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. We going to make sure we staying 10 toes down. We tall. Everything is going to be kind of live. Through all the craziness, I still survive. Sometimes I was hungry. Sometimes I was hurt. Sometimes I was bold. Sometimes I would flirt. Sometimes I had success, and sometimes I felt like my house was in shambles, a mess. And I mean that my mental state was in a certain kind of place that I didn't think that I could date. And I couldn't wait until I got about the situation. But that shit was causing me much frustration. And the nation of millions it takes to hold me back. But I'm coming through right and exact. Like Tic Tacs, yeah, your breath was stinking. But sometimes I'll be wondering, because I was thinking that I would ever be with you for a long time. I can't deal with this shit. You encouraged me to do crime, and I don't really want to be running from the cops. Yeah, sacrifice my freedom, yo, it's gotta stop. I could do better. I could teach a little better. You can heat things up just like a cola sweater. In the summertime, July is hotter than July. Yo, Stevie Wonder, that's an album. Ask yourself why. Why am I still here and others have passed? How long will I last? That shit was ass. I don't care what nobody's trying to say. Yo, I got a couple of tasks that I need to complete before I close my eyes for the very last time. Sun will always shine. And I ain't the sun, it's all up in the sky. I don't heat up that high. but I do heat up a lot. And what I got is the things that I work for. I ain't have to steal or jerk more than I think about the things I did in my days. That shit has me thinking I was smoking haze. But as I became a little more sober, I realized I got shit to do before it's over. And I'm never going to stop it. I'm going to keep moving, showing, improving, make sure I'm still soothing all the pain that I've endured around the way. Or should I say along the way? I got something to say. Just like the South, Andre 3000. Yeah, I made sure that I never lived in public housing. But even if you did, get up out the projects. Make sure you do what you got to do and still... Yo, the next thing that you accomplish will be yours. Yeah, whether it's just for you and your girl and your boys, everything is gonna be all right. We're gonna make sure that we keep the game tight. Appreciate y'all for coming on through. Only got one little bit of job for y'all to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Well, we can be friends all the way to the end. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Eagles parade tomorrow, baby. Eagles tomorrow, baby. Go to parade. My team won. I don't even know how to handle it. I'm still in disbelief. Y'all have a good night.